Hello, everyone. Welcome to another silhouette game. Tonight we have characters that debate came to be their first appearance, if you will, in 1952, and probably 12 from 8 or 9 to the end are probably going to be really hard. Um, I'm not even sure whether I know. I think I know one of them or knew one of them beforehand, maybe a couple. I'm not sure. But hey, it's do that research and you can get things. Let me give a prayer here first to start off with. Lord God, let us have a great night tonight. Bring in the people for participating in the game and let people have fun, Lord. And yeah, just be with me in the chat as we have fun and just have good conversations. And hello, Fitzchozo. Just give me a second. I need to share this out. But how are you tonight, Fitzchozo? Hey, Ocast, how are you? I don't. Well, maybe it's a bit low. It seems to always change here, whether it's low or high. Is that better now, for Outcast? So we're less than 5 minutes in. We haven't got our thing yet, and I forgot to play the opening sequence. So here we go with the opening sequence.
See the shadow on the wall, how could it be standing tall? Guess the shape, that's the frame, play this fun little game. Who's that figure in the dark? Mystery leaves a mark, outline tells a hidden truth. Who is hiding in the proof? Silhouettes in the night, guessing the mystery right. Who is it I'm gonna find? Guess the shadow on my mind. Could it be a friend or foe, standing there in shadows glow? Is it someone that I knew? Silhouette shows just a clue. Tracing lines with my eyes, shake the holds a sweet surprise. Guess again, try to see who's this shadow gonna be. In the dark where lights don't reach, silhouettes they start to teach. Every curve and every line, gonna crack this case just fine. Oh! Silhouettes in the night, guessing the mystery right. Who is it I'm gonna find? Guess the shadow on my mind. Could it be a friend or foe, standing there in shadows glow? Is it someone that I knew? Silhouette shows just a clue. Tracing lines with my eyes, shake the holds a sweet surprise. Guess again, try to see who's this shadow gonna be. In the dark where lights don't reach, silhouettes they start to teach. Every curve and every line, gonna crack this case just fine. Oh! Or is it I'm gonna find? Get the shadow on my mind.
Hey, so how do you guys enjoy that? I'm not even sure whether Fitzjones would have seen that yet. Outcast has probably seen it once or twice. But how are you guys this evening? Are you ready? How do you think you're going to do with characters that debuted in 1952? Your volume is low? Okay. Am I better now? I do have my mic right in front of me, so that shouldn't be a problem. Let's make sure it's on the right mic. It is. Okay. Filters. Game. Post. Is that any better? Is that any better? It got low again. Oh. Okay, so it's good now? I hear you, no problem. Okay. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, if it shows who hears me, no problem, which is good. Yeah, so I guess we're going to wait till about 15 after. Hopefully, we get another person or two here competing. I know it's not so nice for you guys, but, when it's nice to have four people here to, have that real competition. Who's going to be the one to get that third place or not? So, the reason 1952 was chosen, that was the year my mother was born. She was born January 10th, 1952, in Toronto, Ontario. A couple years later, she was adopted by my grandparents. So yeah. A little history on why we are choosing 1952. Well, in the same respect, why a couple months, but a few weeks ago when we did 1948, I chose 1948 because it was the year my dad was born. The next one of these for a specific year is going to be 1973, the year I was born. And then when we do those after that, I don't know when. But that probably we'll probably get the 1973 in before the end of this season. And then, of course, we will have season 2. So some of these things will come up again that we've done, like video game characters from the 90s and, TV characters that came up in certain decades in cartoons or cartoons from certain decades. Those probably all have part 2s in season 2. It won't be the same characters, obviously. I will try and bring up new characters, so you guys are going to have to be doing more and more research possibly because I'll try and bring in ones I know, but like I said, for tonight's ones, probably when you hit 8 or 9, they are really going to get hard, I think. I'm not sure whether after 8 or 9 that they're not DC and Marvel. DC and Marvel are a bunch of the first ones as well as couple other companies that you should recognize. Once you see the character, anyways, you know who the character is. Are you guys just waiting for this to start instead of talking to me? I'm trying to. Anything you guys want to talk about? Oh, let me play a little clip. Um, Probably seen this. Well, it's from night. It's any character that first came out in 1952. So I don't think New Earth for DC exactly existed then. Well, it wouldn't have been called New Earth. So it'd be any characters that were out then, you know, like. And I tried to get an image as close to that time as possible. It might not be exactly from that time, or it could be. Characters that came out in 1952, Joshua, and we have our third person here. So you know what that means? It means we can start. Are you ready for round one? It's going to be so much fun. Here's round one for you to spun. Yeah, well, from comic books. Comic books or comic strips. So, hey, Lucy, I'm home. Although I think that came out a little later. So, yes, it is Lucy. Lucy in the sky with diamonds. So we have Fitzchosen first, followed by Outcast, followed by Joshua. Okay, so now for round two. Okay, why is... Oh yeah, that's round two. Okay. Bye-bye, Lucy. Time for round two. Are you ready? Well, it doesn't matter when you're ready because I put it up, right? So you better get ready. Yeah. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. Any guesses from Fitzchoso or Outcast? Well, all I can say is this was very strange for some people. Maybe even a phantom stranger. So, yes, we have one right guess from Outcast. It was Phantom Stranger. But good guesses, good guesses. So bye bye, Mr. Stranger. This is there a stranger danger with Phantom Stranger? Or was stranger danger even a concept back then? Anyways, round 3. Maybe it'll be free. Any guesses from Outcast or Joshua? We are now entering the Twilight Zone. No. Any guesses, Joshua? Or Outcast? Yes. Nobody appears to have a gear loose on this round. Gyro gear loose. From Disney. Or no, yeah, Disney? Yeah, Disney. So we got Fitzchozo in first again. Wow, Fitzchozo is leading tonight. Fitzchozo for all trying to grab all those points he can. He has 6 of the 8 points he wants to get that digital comic. Because he did get one last week towards the 9th. So bye-bye, Mr. Gears Loose. And it's time for round 4. Will you score? Will you score with round 4? Or will you get stuck in the floor? Or on the floor? I don't know. That was a really close, I guess. The way the Outcast and Joshua came in, so like, boom, 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 boom. Just outbeating Joshua Outcast did. And yes, it is Linus. There was a lot of slim pickings for 1952, I'll tell you that. So Outcast is in first, followed by Joshua, followed by Fitzchozo. So round 5. And apparently everybody got some score in round 5. I mean round 4. Now it's time to jive with round 5. Boom, bow, 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 meow, 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 now, but down, bow, bow. Ooh, round 5 was not one to jive with. Hey, Mike. Oh, this was not Scrooge McDuck. It was Cornelius Coote, the founder of Duckburg. And he was founded as a character in 1952. So nobody gets any points in round 5. Yep, that's all, folks, for round 5. It's time to be into round 6 to see what your score will be fixed. Scooby Doo Doo Doo. Ba 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 dee bee 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 ba 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 dee boo ba dee ba 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 dee ba 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 dee. Skibbity dibbity dabbity dibbity doo. Bum 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 ba-dum bum bum scoom boom ba-dum bum boom. Any guesses from Joshua and Mike? You are free to guess if you're still here. Get some multiple points. That's as much you can do with your points at the moment. Ding, 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 ding. Bow, 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 bow. And there we have it. Making a monkey out of me. In the chat, it's Detective Chimp. This round did not make a monkey out of you. Although, I guess that would have been impossible since this is a chimp, not a monkey. And chimps are not monkeys, I believe. They're a type of primate, but they are not a monkey. And I ain't being funky. So, oh, you know what? Fitzchozo was first. Apes. Then we have Outcast. And then we have Joshua. Well, although not to spend your points right now, we can do that at the end, but you will have over that 30 points that you were wanting, Fitzchozo. So here, let's go with round 7 for I'm not sure what for. You know, the only thing I know rhymes with 7 is 11 in heaven. And I've used them both before, I think, on this. So, anyways, in here we go. Round 7. Mm, if it doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey. Even even if it has a monkey blended shape. If it Okay, well, I knew it wasn't a monkey. I was saying that. I said it was a primate. I didn't say an ape exactly, but I wasn't calling it a monkey. So only one person to go now. Oh, wow. This round is really killer. It's really going to light things up because, there's 3 people with 3 different guesses and they're all henching their bets. Oh, just referencing the silly song. And the one to get it tonight, this round 7, goes to the one who's killing it tonight, which is Fitzjoseph. With Firefly. So there is round 7. Now to round 8, where we'll learn some people's fate. Because they had very bad drawing back then, or not bad drawing, but they silhouettes looked the same for whatever reason. You see the FF on the chest, Firefly. Or maybe he didn't, I'm not sure. After this round, we can go back if you want. Any guesses, Outcast? You got 2 people that have made a guess. You could take it from one of them, or you could just come up with something else on your own, too. Bing bong bong bitty 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 and bitty 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 bitty, and one will be fooming because of the fangs. This is the Midgard serpent, or otherwise known as Jamunan, or however you pronounce it. So, yes, Fitzjozo and Outcast. Really killing it tonight, Outcast, Fitzjozo. But good guess, Joshua. Good guess. So now that you've sealed your fate in round 8, it's time for round 9 to see if you'll do just fine. Isn't this character from Norse mythology? Yes, it is. Saw the thumbnail and did research before the stream. Ah, well, good job. Good job. That's what everybody should be doing. And now they're going to get hard. Except for maybe the people that. So it was debate. Yeah, but as the Marvel character, it came out in 1952, Joshua. Their rendition of it, shall we say. Well, leading the charge, because he did his research, we have Fitzjozo with Mars. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Marsupial. Yeah, I thought he did, but I think was it under a different name? Because I recognize him from that. I recognize him. I just I don't recognize him by that name. Oh no, sorry, it's Joshua. Second. So everybody seems. Well, I know marsupial. That's am I? Marsupial am I? Yeah, there it is. So everybody's probably going to be copying your answers henceforth. It's Chozo. So you're probably going to be getting first place for possibly for the next few rounds. So round 10. What happens when you genetically alter Cheetos? Yeah. Yeah, before Cheetos existed. Shut up. And hello, Tim. How are you? I'm going to answer late. Yeah, so, hey, you don't want to answer late. You want to get those points, right? Because, it's all right that people are copying you. If you're getting the 3 points, what do you care for the round? You know? Because at that point, you've done your research and you deserve to get the first place if you can, type it in if somebody else hasn't done their research. And that way, you can get more comic books faster. Anyways, we're on to round 10. And here it goes. So remember, it's characters that came out in 1952 for the first time. In comic books or comic strips. Well, everybody seems to have been in a cave because they weren't listening. Um, Fitzchoso's done his research for the night. It is Cave Girl. Sheena came out like in the 40s or 30s. Um, we've read her a few times over on the mic stand for Retrospect Comic Night. Fitzchoso said a little earlier when I was giving him credit for getting all the good, all the answers tonight, and he said he saw the thumbnail and he did his research. So good job on Fitzchoso. I played. It's me taking a trip to Canada. Okay, so we're on round 11. Okay, so time to put her back in the cave and go for round 11. Are you going to say, are you going to say something, Rick? About what? I'm waiting for answers to come in. We just do have Outcast answer to come in as well. Two guesses from who? You had one guess. Joshua had a guess. Yeah, you're both allowed one guess each round. Well, in this round, you all need to get back in the cave because it's Thundra or Thundar, THUN, I think apostrophe RA. The same comic in which Cave Girl made her first appearance. Yes, these aren't supposed to be necessarily. This is. Can you recognize them from the silhouette? And maybe you don't remember, but like, yeah, 52 is almost 75 years ago. So it comes up. Not a lot of stories to tell in the jungle. Oh, there's lots of stories to tell. They did lots of stories in the jungle for years on end. With a bunch of different characters. And I guess in some ways you got to do your research. Like it was up. It was up earlier. I announced last week what the topic was this week. So, anyways, there's round 11, but here comes round 12, and they're supposed to get hard after round 10. Like, people do sort of homework to play Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune or other games. And you don't have to. It just, if you do, you might get more points. Well, Outcast going with Fitzchoso again. But nobody was the captain of this round. This is Captain Condor. Well, Dean Martin and somebody else had their own comic back in 1952, so I could have used one of them or could not have. We'll see in the next 3 rounds. And we're putting Joshua to sleep. Okay. Bye bye. Looks like teamwork. Is that round 12 or round. Yeah, that was round 12. Round 13. It's time to take a bite out of crime. And that's not a hint. I'm just saying because it's a dog. Don't worry, don't worry. It's just, they might troll you a little bit, but it's good natured. They don't mean any harm. Tim, are you going to make a guess or not? I know, but okay. Well, taking a butt out of a crime, we have Fitzchoso and Outcasts. Yes, this is Rex, the Wonder Dog. But he didn't steal all of them. We got said D. Martin a couple times, and that was wrong. Rex the Wonder Dog from what? Rex the Wonder Dog. It was an actual comic, and actually, I think he has a TV series too. Oh no, we gotta put Outcast here. Outcast at second place. Oh, DC Comics. Yeah, I thought it was DC. I'm not sure about the TV, but I know that I had heard when I was doing the research, I had heard of Rex the Wonder Dog. I haven't read anything of his, but or not that I recall. Well, no more dogging around. We need to get on to round 14. What's so special about him? He had his own comic for several, probably, I'm not sure how many issues. He was like Lassie before Lassie and a little bit more nasty, I think. I don't know. He was rescuing people. Tim, are you making a guess? Well, there is somebody did get it right, and it was Fitzchozo. Um, Although I think Disney did steal a little bit of this story because I read this mermaid made us deal with a sea witch to get her legs, like Ariel did in the Disney version of the Little Mermaid. But this is well, Fitzchozo spelt it a bit wrong, but I could tell that that's what he was going for. Decibella or Belly, Decibel. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's not Ariel, anyways. This was a comic, I believe, from somewhere overseas. And I have to dive into wherever I can to get these 15 things. It was a Hans Christian Andersen book. Yeah, I was thinking that. But this character itself was, her name was that, the comic was that. I'm not sure of all the details of Hans Christian Andersen's version of the Little Mermaid. This guy could have stole that idea from him for sure. I won't deny it. But and since I'm not sure, I'm not even sure whether the legs from the Sea Witch is. You got a point. I did not have a it, it's a different character though. As far as I'm concerned, she had her own book under that name. I'm not sure everything. Anyways, let me write down Fitzchozo's points here. And then we'll be on to the last round. And then, no. And then we got to figure out what next week is going to be. Okay, time to swim away. We're coming up to round 15. You you didn't say you did not say the name of the character. You said Ariel from The Little Mermaid, and technically, even in the Hans Christian Andersen, her name wasn't Ariel. It's just the Little Mermaid or the Littlest Mermaid. Now Joshua hasn't even tried. Shrek. You're not gonna stay around and talk about whatever for a couple minutes? Tim or Outcast gonna make any guesses? I said Rom. Oh, okay. I thought right, that was. I thought you were trying to say robbed for the last round. Just things messed up. Okay. Then I guess Outcast. The part where I just told you about. Okay, so no guess, Outcast. Okay. Well, things just seem to be a bit robotic. It is Robot Archie. Not having to do with anything with Archie comics. This is totally separate. But I just thought it would be fun to put it in there. Yes, Robot Archie. That's Jughead. But like I said, this has nothing to do with the actual Archie comic books. Okay, so let's see. We will add up the points because I know Fitzchosa is probably going to want to spend some of his points. Was a comic book called Lion? Might have. Let's see. Uh, Let me get this time. Yeah, first appearance, Lion. Lion annual. What? Oh, that's what the picture. The picture is from Lion Annual 1968, but he first appeared in Lion 23rd of February 1952. Okay, so let's see. Fitz chose a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 18. $20, Fitzchoso. So that brings you up to 42. Obviously, spending it on that free digital comic. Okay. You have your choice of three, one of three: Canadian Shield 1, Canadian Shield 2, or Snowdrift 1. So that will, with spending that, that'll bring you down to that 30 points. That'll bring you down to 12. And did you say, what did you say you were gonna contact me on yeah, you're gonna DM me on Twitter, right? For your email. Let's see. Outcast got 1, 2. Oh, Discord. Okay, yeah, that's all right. So that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16, 17 for Outcast. So that'd be 29, 26, 326. Okay, so 1, 2, so 4, 5, 6, 7 for Joshua tonight. And Joshua hits over the 500 mark. Canadian Shield one, yeah. I figured that's what it was going to be, but I just said so. Hey, and you might another 18 points, and you can get another one. And Tim didn't get any points tonight. Okay, so actually, I need to move. It's Chozo down. To here, and we need to. And then we need to move up. There we go. There we go. All that. That is done for next week now. Okay, so did you guys all have fun for the most part? Let's save as. Oh, that's good. Oh, let's see. One other thing we got to figure out for next week. Topic for next week. Episodes. So let's see. I think we might do famous something. Okay, so we've done famous clowns. We did famous cats, right? Oh, we did famous dogs. Did we do famous cats? Indie comic characters? Is everybody up for indie comic characters? And what shall we classify as independent comics? Okay, I'm good with that. I just want, like obviously I'm independent. Dillard's independent. Uh, Even EBS, Mike Miller, uh, Doug. Like how obscured who we want to go. This could be a very hard anything not Marvel or DC. So would you consider Image independent? There's a couple other big names. Image. No big indie publishing. Okay, so let's I'm just gonna bring up a list here. I just oh my oh. How about list of okay, so I'm gonna bring up something here in a second. Window. Okay, so hopefully I'm going to be able to see this as well as your chat. Here is a list of comic publishing companies. Obviously, I think we're just doing Canada and the States, so we won't be doing France. So this 12 Gauge, this First Comics, this Media Group, Aardvark, are these who are the who are the Philippians? You mean Philippines? And I guess we should just do active ones as well. I spoke it wrote. Now, do you mean the Philippines, like the country, like somebody Filipino, or the? There's a one topic. Characters from a defunct comic company. I spoke it wrote eyes. Yeah. The Philippines is sort of a sort of Oriental area, you know, near Japan, China, Korea, all that. So Canada and the U.S. and it's got to be an active studio. Oh, it was a joke to the mermaid character. Ah, yeah, okay. I thought it might have been, but and again, we I guess we don't want Archie in there as well. A lot of comic companies just with A, eh? Not as many B's, that's for sure. I just want to make sure I'm, like that, that topic indie characters. It's a very big one. Like, would Dark Horse? Would you Dark Horse? We wouldn't consider Dark Horse an indie comic company. What about Dynamite? Yeah, well, I'm definitely active. I'm thinking keeping it to active companies in the U.S., Canada. You would consider Dynamite indie, but is it a big indie or small indie? Well, I don't think we want to. If it's not DC or Marvel, obviously not Archie. Probably Dark Horse is big enough that we wouldn't want to consider them. Probably Image, we probably wouldn't want to consider them. Yeah, I think so. It does. I'm pretty sure it does. I'm not sure whether it has any of its own or not. Well, IDW, I don't. Would we want to go with them? They do trans. They do a lot of those big ones too, as you can see. Let's see. What did it say for Dynamite up here? We'll go back up. Red Sonja, The Boys, Xena Warrior Princess. Yeah, they've done a lot of Gargoyles, Flintstones, Powerpuff Girls, Sunny Quest, Thunderclap, Cats. So I don't think I'll. You think I should or should not include IDW? It would make it easier for some of the first characters, that's for sure. JC Productions. I gotta find. I considered calling myself that. At one point. Of course, JC standing for Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm just not sure whether they have any original properties. There, Liquid Comics, India. We'll include them. Not former Virgin Comics. Lucha Comics. Maple Leaf Publishing. Oh, look, Marvel Comics. Og and Blik, the Netherlands. Rebellion Development. Red 5 Comics? Geez, what does gray mean? It's not active, but. Germany. Blah. Scotland. Rough Cut Comics. Let's try and get me in here. Split Ink. Okay, so I'll have a lot of characters to work with. Oh, so not indie comics, nothing too big for comics companies. They can do characters that people know of. Would we consider Todd McFarlane Productions big or not because of Spawn? That's almost Image. A lot of comic companies here, eh? Valiant. Okay, so let's look through some Arctic Press and Alternative. Consider Valiant. Yeah. Well, Valiant I was probably considering. So definitely no, obviously no DC, no Marvel, no Archie, no Spirit Christian Comics. Ah, look, Archie One Way. One of the Christian Archie comics. I have that one. And Xenoscope, yeah. There's a lot. Yeah, Alternative definitely small enough that I'd consider it. Probably Arctic. Well, okay, it's just so spread the word, I guess. And be prepared for anything. Almost. Okay, so you guys got any prayer requests? Israel and Gaza. Okay. Okay, with that said, Lord, thanks for a good evening. Thanks for a good time here, and everybody having some fun and all that. Help us be with Israel and the whole thing that's going on with the Gaza Strip, Lord. You know, all the details and all that, Lord, and with Palestine and all that. You know all the details. You help that nobody gets hurt over there, Lord. Although it's, bit of a battle zone, so it gets bound to happen. But do something to figure that out. Although I know part of that figuring that out is part of the end time stuff, Lord. And well, I guess it just means that gets figured out. You're coming a little sooner than some of us might like. But yeah, be with people over there and help them. I even got a couple friends over there, well, one that I can think of, an Israeli friend that's been on here a couple times. And I might be doing some stuff with him again soon. So, yeah, in your name, amen. And be with everybody here. Help them in their day to day lives, whatever way that you can, Lord. In your name, amen. Okay, we will see you hopefully Saturday morning. I will be doing some more coloring on Canadian Shield 3. We are on page 3. Okay, so bye for now. God bless. Have a great night, day, whatever it might be for you. Love you all. God bless.